In the world of scientific research, the role of data stewardship is crucial. In this training video, we will follow the journey of Dr. Green, an early-stage investigator who just received an NIH Research Grant Award, engaging with an established investigator, Dr. Tact, on the importance of data stewardship. Dr. Tact previously advised him on formulating an effective data management and sharing plan for this very grant application. We will now see how Dr. Tact introduces and explains the crucial role of data stewardship and how it benefits Dr. Green's research. Let's listen.
Dr. Tact, NIH just awarded my research grant proposal on comparative mouse genomics.
That's wonderful news, Dr. Green. The hard work putting together the research proposal certainly paid off. Have you given some thought to data stewardship for the project?
Data stewardship? Do I not fill that role? Because in the DMS plan, I recall stating that I would provide compliance oversight for the plan.
The university likely views you as the de facto data steward, since you agreed to be accountable for ensuring compliance with the plan. However, that does not necessarily make you responsible for conducting the underlying activities yourself. I would suggest you distribute the role of data steward between one or more individuals. Data stewardship involves many overlapping activities necessary for ensuring compliance. If you distribute these, it will free up substantial time and energy for you to lead the research.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. What exactly does stewardship entail?
Data stewards share the responsibility with other stakeholders to ensure that all data captured or generated apply fair best practices encouraged by the research community and to provide long-term data management, even after project completion. It benefits you as the PI because it ensures you will have robust data, free from errors or gaps in documentation. In addition, the data will remain accessible and comprehensible in the future, which means that not only can you easily reuse your own data efficiently, but these can also be shared effectively with other researchers in the immediate and distant future, catalyzing the advancement of science. You worked very hard to ensure your DMS plan aligned with fair best practices. Now it's time to ensure the data you produce actually applies them. Your data is a valuable asset and should be managed as such, even long after your research project ends.
Wow, that seems like a lot of work. Do you have any tips to keep track of all the data stewardship activities and where to begin?
Let me show you how we currently distribute data stewardship responsibilities amongst 2 staff in our lab. This tabular matrix shows the activities and who is responsible. I would suggest starting small, as we did, and gradually ramping up. At first, we decided to only focus on activities wielding high value such as using persistent data identifiers, applying standard vocabulary, schemas, and formats to data and metadata, and depositing data for sharing in a publicly accessible repository used by the research community. You may notice these core FAIR enablers are at the very top of our activity matrix. After you get going, you can also leverage resources like Elixir's Research Data Management Toolkit for Life Sciences, or Data Stewardship for Open Science by Bar and Mons, for additional enhancements.
Wow, thanks. This is extremely helpful. Do you think Dr. Muse, our postdoc, could be the data steward?
Definitely. Dr. Muse has the necessary background with her knowledge of the life sciences, bioinformatics, and information technology. But she may not be the ideal candidate on a permanent basis to perform all the underlying activities, since she will have many other responsibilities in the future. However, she could serve as the data steward initially and then begin transferring some of the activities to another team member. We did something similar in our lab. You might consider talking with Mr. Reed, the institutional librarian. He's been a data steward in the past, so he's familiar with the role and could also probably recommend a suitable data steward to assist with the project data.
Thank you, Dr. Tact. I'll consult with Mr. Reed.
Dr. Green will now meet with Mr. Reed to discuss potential candidates for sharing the data steward role on the project.
Hi, Mr. Reed. I just spoke with Dr. Tact about our mouse genomics project recently funded by NIH and received helpful tips about data stewardship. She recommended we consult with you to share the data steward role. Does anyone come to mind?
Thanks for reaching out. Do you know Ms. McMaster from Library Curation and Data Sharing Services? I think she would be an excellent person to share the data stewardship role for your project. She's played the role effectively before and is familiar with your research domain, the associated regulations and policies, and has the necessary information technology skills.
Yes, I do. That's a great idea. I'll reach out to her shortly to see if she's interested in the position. Thank you so much for your help.
Dr. Green and Dr. Muse will now meet with Miss McMaster to discuss Miss McMaster taking on the role of a data steward for Dr. Green's research project.
Hi, Miss McMaster. So good to see you again. Have you met our postdoc, Dr. Muse?
No, I haven't. Great to meet you.
You as well.
Miss McMaster, I reached out to you because our mouse comparative genomics project was recently funded by NIH and we need to distribute the data stewardship role. Mr. Reed mentioned you have experience doing this and would be an excellent fit. Are you interested?
Yes, I read through your project proposal and DMS plan, and I am very interested. What's the time frame?
Because it will probably take some time for you to learn the project, I was thinking I could initially share more of the data steward role while you shadow me and get comfortable with the work. Then, in a few months, I could transfer many of the responsibilities to you. Does that sound like a suitable plan?
Yes, I am excited to dive in. Based on my background reading of your project, I have some suggestions for community-endorsed standards for vocabulary, schemas, and formats for the data and metadata you may want to apply.
Wow, that's great. Can't wait to hear more and work together on this project. I can already tell having a clear data stewardship role will benefit our research.
As we've seen with Dr. Green, data stewardship can greatly enhance the success and longevity of research project data by creating and managing the data as valuable FAIR assets. To distribute the effort on the team, he shares the data stewardship role between two individuals. Dr. Green decided to initially focus his efforts on core FAIR enablers, that is, using persistent data identifiers, applying standard vocabulary, schemas, and formats to data and metadata, and depositing data for sharing in a publicly accessible repository endorsed by the research community. In due course, he plans to augment the stewardship activities and make these more comprehensive,